not an outpost of this area could defend itself from a Klingon warship.
I've been working on our assignment, trying a few computer simulations.
Your devotion to duty is commendable, if belated.
She got what she wanted, now it's time to go to business.
Unwilling to be alone with me.
I asked Commander Data to help us analyze the alternatives.
An android chaperone.
Android, of course, is correct, but I fail to see how chaperone is applicable to this situation.
Never mind.
That's what they would say.
I guess I can't blame you. Tell me one thing. You would have gone through with the oath, wouldn't you? Regardless of the consequences to our careers, to our lives.
Honor demanded no less.
What do you want? Is honor all you care about? Don't you feel anything else? No comment, huh?
Somebody has to just store and then analyze later.
Poor android. Whose behavior do you find more perplexing? Human? Or Klingon?
At the moment, I would find it difficult to choose.
So would I. Okay. When we locate the Tong, there are two possibilities. First, we find the ship before it reaches the awakening point. In that case, we simply keep the crew asleep.
Is that feasible?
We can beam an away team over to the Tong and override their cryogenic controls, sure.
That way, we simply await the arrival of the Klingon ship prey. So that when the Tong's crew awakens, they're surrounded by their fellow Klingons.
That would be ideal.
But there's the second possibility, that the crew of the Tong has already revived.
They realize they're in Federation territory and attack the nearest outpost.
They could have been on a scientific voyage. Klingons of that era doing research for its own sake.
The point is they may be reasonable.
The point is that this is beside the point. These are Klingons at war with us. Whatever their mission was, once they see a Federation target, they'll attack.
Could the Tong be disabled rather than destroyed?
We could probably knock out their warp drive engines without damaging the rest of the ship.
That would gain you nothing. Disable the ship, and Katemek will destroy it himself.
Klingons do not surrender.
If we don't reach the Tong before its crew wakes up, you have no alternatives.
I can't accept that.
I don't think he has a choice.
There must be some way that we can make the Klingons listen. We can only convince them.
Captain, we're detecting a ship bearing 316 Mark 42, extreme sensor range.
Lay intercept course, go to yellow alert.
Extreme social. Data loves that.
Shields are up.
Better lock in phasers. This may be the only chance you get. Intercept course laid in.
Cover this position. Let's see if they spotted us. Magnification, 100. Mr. Data.
Sensors show life forms aboard, but I am unable to ascertain whether they are awake or dormant. However, their propulsion system is inactive, so I would hypothesize that the crew is asleep. However, I could be in error.
Shields holding.
They've cloaked themselves.
Well, Captain, you've had your chance.
Does she really? But the car is so natural looking.
That's why he's Miss Clairol.
When hairdressers want to make women beautiful, they reach for the colors of Miss Clairol.
Between Klingons, when they encounter another Klingon ship from the past, the other story is more important in this episode. This is just like the icing on the cake. Yeah. Let's go. Here, we'll throw this in.
Yeah.
But we didn't really need it. We didn't need it.
They probably thought of that. Klingon ship coming back from the past, and then they just wrote this whole other one after they thought of it.
It's just a whole Klingon type thing.
That space bar.
Yeah, we gotta open that one. Wait. I had to open it during the day when I was picking up the floor to make some room. It looked cool. I love that curtain, man. I bet that curtain.
Insurance prof.
That most of the women who are against abortion are women that you wouldn't want to fuck in the first place. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. My name is George Carlin, and I am a professional comedian, as opposed to the kind you run into at work all day long. It's nice being a comedian. There are certain advantages, naturally, and a few disadvantages. There are some drawbacks to being a comedian. No one on death row has ever said, "Before I die, I want to talk to a comedian." You ever hear anyone at the scene of an accident say, "Quick, call a comedian, for God's sake!" Well, it would be kind of fun at an accident to push your way through the crowd and say, "May I be of help? I'm a professional comedian." And sooner or later, at least once in your life, when the policeman says to you, "What are you, a comedian?"
We're gonna get Jerry in front next time. I'll see his face. We'll bring Blues halfway with binoculars.
You've got to look him right in the eye and say, "Actually, yes." Criminals have no respect for comedians. What do they say? First thing they do when they hold you up, "Don't try anything funny." First one makes a funny move, gets it. Whenever they're not looking, I go, well, that's my job, thinking up goofy shit. Thinking up goofy shit, coming around every now and then, letting you know what it is. Or reminding you of things you already know, but forgot to laugh at the first time they happened. We all have things like that. You hear it today and then you don't remember it at all. For instance, I've noticed they have disposable douche, and I'm wondering who would want to keep it in the first place?
Like somebody's offering.
And the reason for that is I haven't been doing this lately. I want to make sure I know and remember everything tonight. I've been taking a little time off. I get about 6 months, I think. I took 3 of them quite voluntarily, and the other 3 quite against my will. I had a heart attack, or as they say in Boston, I had a hat attack. He had a hat attack. You hear about George? He had a goddamn myocardial infarction. I had a hat attack. Fortunately, my pharmacist, my cardiologist, and my doctor give me CPR. But I would like to bring you up to date on the Comedians Health Sweepstakes. As it stands right now, I lead Richard Pryor in heart attacks 2-1. And I have. That's right. Now, however, Richard still leads me 1-0 on burning yourself up. Well, the way it happened was, first Richard had a heart attack, then I had a heart attack, then Richard burned himself up, then I said, "Fuck that, I'm going to have another heart attack." I had an interesting morning. Got into an argument with my Rice Krispies. I distinctly heard, "Snap, crackle, fuck him." I don't know which one of them said it. I was reaching for the artificial sweetener and was not looking directly into the bowl. But I told him, I said, "Well, you can all just sit right there in the milk. As far as I'm concerned, you can sit in the milk.
Leave, man, you missed it.
It was,
We just found the time that we didn't want to have the camera with us.
We pulled up into the stop and go, man. These two dudes, man, trying to get each other. He had a full bottle of Miller and he was swinging it at the dude trying to get him.
My car.
Right in front of this dude's car. I couldn't even get out of the car, man. I was afraid to because they were right next to tell him about that other guy.
Man, some other ways, like there's some girl bought something, and he started going up to her car and hitting the window.
He was trying to open the door and shit.
Right next to it. And these dudes fighting with these people right next to it.
And all this, I get out and go buy a wine cooler.
Yeah, and Neil's buying a wine cooler. So I naturally put on 10 cents.
They had 4 guys working at the stop and go, man.
4 dudes working at the stop and go. They're about to go out.
All these dudes are like big, stocky, athletic type guys. Man, we don't need to go anywhere again.
Well, I got one time I
it's
just
dangerous
never
outside.
opportunity.
It is dangerous outside. And we came home. We saw
There's HPD going up the stairs in the next apartment complex.
We're dangerous.
Man,
And I once missed an opportunity to film an attempted drug bust.
Oh.
We had a camera available.
Oh, well, we're glad we
What
didn't have
happened?
a camera, man.
We were over
Killed us.
at Mike and Terry's house. I was talking to Mike, and we saw this cop come by real slow. And this one dumbass thought he was being pulled over. But the cop was just, didn't have his lights on. And then here comes this an ass down the other road. None of them had their sirens or lights on. I thought, and they both went around the corner. I thought, they're up to something. He was waiting on a backup. And we had a camera. We knew right there something was going on. And there was a camera in the house. And we left it there. And we drove around. And when the guy turned out it wasn't home. But when we came up, they had their guns out. And they came up in front of the door like this. And I thought, we don't have it. That's when it hit me. We don't have the camera. We do not have the camera with us.
Did you bring the charger for that light?
You have it.
No, I don't.
I don't have it.
He has it. What? The charger
I'm
for
getting
the light.
somebody's got it.
Silly me.
You don't need it though. That battery lasts forever.
It's still 90% charged.
I know.
That's their job.
And that's after we screamed around your neighborhood with it. 3
Sitting
nights.
in my room. I left it on all night. I wanted to see if it would run.
Oh, this is a motorcycle battery with a strap.
Blisters of air. Riding proudly in the
Sucked
middle.
down like I'm gonna do what Jim did last night. Drink 2 packs
They
of wine cooler.
for a long time.
These two.
You know why? They stay
Man, I just
together.
kept seeing you suck
They
wine
gather
coolers
together.
down. I was going, I wonder how many you drank. And I opened the refrigerator and there's 1 pack left out of 3.
But always an even number if you've noticed.
God damn.
It's the polarity of the Krispies that attracts them. They form little colonies of Rice Krispies. If you can't sink them, you try to sink them with a spoon. They come up over the side. You can't sink them, that's what the fruit is for. Sinking the Rice Krispies. Good-sized peach will take down 80 or 90 of them.
These are the best
I'll
yet.
drop a watermelon on it.
She bought 4 packs. Hey Joel, how much did 3 packs cost last night?
I don't have a nice day.
Man, I bought a pack of cigarettes and it come to like
I don't bother
13.
much with that. I think I'm beyond that now. I think I've outgrown
You
my
gotta listen to
day.
this. Don't.
I think I've had my share. Why should I be happy all the really nice ones? Let somebody else have a few. Of course, everybody still wants me to have one. Everybody wants me to have a nice day. Have a nice day! Yeah. Want to give me my fucking change, please?
I'll just sit there and lick the backside.
Some of them are really insistent. I said, have a nice day! I'll give it a shot.
Just break it
Have a
down.
nice day. It puts all the pressure on you. Now
You immerse that in water.
I'll manage to have a good time. All because of some loose-lipped cashier. Have a nice day. Maybe I don't feel like having a nice day. Maybe, just maybe, I've had 116 nice days in a row. And I'm ready, by God, for a crack.